Box case break tonight of 2012-13 Panini Contenders Basketball. We're just finishing up box number 2. Here's a legendary Contenders for Bill Walton for the Celtics. Matthews for the Blazers. Arthur for the Grizzlies. Harrington for the Magic. Wall for the Wizards. Rookie Remembrance Derek Coleman for the Nets. Griffin for the Clippers. Howard for the Lakers. Conley for the Grizzlies. Thompson for the Kings. Chauncey Billups playoff contenders for the Pistons. Buttinger for the Timberwolves. And Davis for the Magic. And that is box number 2. Alright, let's go to box 3. Empty box. Count the packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, that's box 3. Let's open the Kobe pack here. See who we have in here. Kobe. 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 Kobe and Kobe. Alright. Start box 3. Stack 1. Bellinelli for the Bulls. Durant for the Thunder. Jason Kidd playoff contenders for the Mavs. Parker for the Spurs. Nash for the Lakers. Calderon for the Raptors. Paulson for the Thunder. Johnson for the Nets. The Pacers card here. Contenders Materials for the Indiana Pacers. Danny Granger. 24 of 99. 24 of 99 for the Pacers. Another hit for Greg. Nice swatch there. Danny Granger. Contenders Materials. Congratulations, Greg. 24 of 99. Bradley for the Celtics. Nowitzki for the Mavs. Aldridge for the Blazers. Jazz Foye. Statistical Contenders. Steve Nash for the Lakers. Clippers Butler. Bobcats Henderson. Kings Thornton. Sixers Hawes. Amari Stoudemire, Rookie Remembrance for the Suns. Green for the Spurs. Johnson for the Kings. Pekovic for the Wolves. Raptors Bargnani. The Spurs George Gervin, Legendary Contenders. Gooden for the Bucks. Bynum for the Pistons. Salmons for the Kings. Hibbert for the Pacers. Elgin Baylor for the Lakers, Rookie Remembrance. Wallace for the Nets. Jordan for the Clippers. Smith for the Hawks. Young for the Sixers. The filler. Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, playoff contenders for the Rockets. Stack 2. Box 3. Lynn for the Rockets. Fry for the Suns. Fields for the Raptors. Lewis for the Heat. Here's an auto for the Nuggets. Evan Fournier for the Nuggets. Nice rookie auto. No number. Evan Fournier. Blazers Matthews. Grizzlies Arthur. Heat Chalmers. Warriors Curry. Statistical Contenders. Kevin Durant for the Thunder. Griffin for the Clippers. Howard for the Lakers. Mayo for the Mavericks. Miller for the Nuggets. How about a Trey Tompkins rookie autograph for the Clippers. Trey Tompkins for Matthew. Trey Tompkins rookie auto for Matthew. Nice hit, Matthew. Buttinger for the Wolves. Davis for the Magic. Batum for the Blazers. Babbitt for the Blazers. Paul Millsap, Statistical Contenders for the Jazz. Villanueva for the Pistons. Lawson for the Nuggets. Heat Allen, 76ers, Holiday. Chris Paul, Rookie Remembrance. Got some sticker or something on. Chris Paul for the Hornets, rookie remembrance. Stuck to the other card. Collison for the Mavericks. Jack for the Warriors. Spurs, Jackson. Heat, James. Panini Legendary Contenders for the Celtics, Bill Walton. Wade for the Heat. Carter for the Mavericks. Iguodala for the Nuggets. Spikes for the Grizzlies. And what is this? Rookie autograph redemption card for Tony Roten. Tony Roten. Let me find out who that is for. In just a second. Tony Roten is for the Memphis Grizzlies. For the Grizzlies. Tony Roten, rookie redemption. For the Memphis Grizzlies. Dragic for the Suns. Bass for the Celtics. Garnett for the Celtics. Asic for the Rockets. And the last stack of box 3. Here's a Harrison Barnes die cut, Rookie of the Year contenders for the Warriors. Gibson for the Bulls. Billups for the Clippers. Perkins for the Thunder. Just flip these around. McGee for the Nuggets. Rookie remembrance, Mark Jackson for the Knicks. Jason Kidd for the Knicks. Ilyasova for the Bucks. Kleiza for the Raptors. Felton for the Knicks. Filler. Rookie of the Year contenders die cut Kendall Marshall for the Suns. Chandler for the Knicks. Lee for the Warriors. Williams for the Jazz. Blake for the Lakers. There's a Lakers Hall of Fame contenders. Kobe Bryant. Hall of Fame contenders, Kobe Bryant for the Lakers. Jennings for the Bucks. Davis for the Raptors. Caspi for the Cavs. Varejao for the Cavs. How about a playoff contenders, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the Lakers. Sky Hook. Bosch for the Heat. Hayward for the Jazz. Rubio for the Timberwolves. Love for the Timberwolves. How about a Jay Crowder? Jay Crowder auto for the Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks. Jay Crowder rookie autograph. Number. Blair for the Spurs and Prince for the Pistons. And that's box number 3. All right. For box 4. Some nice looking cards. Kobe pack. Empty box. Packs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Time to start pulling some black and some gold out of here. Yeah, for any of you guys that follow us on Twitter at Kidder Cards, we run contests almost daily. Like tonight was guess the total number of points in the 11 NBA games tonight. And the winner that's closest wins a pack of basketball cards. All you gotta do is be a follower and follow the instructions when we do the contest suite. Pretty simple, it's a lot of fun. Alright, there's that. Open the Kobe pack. Kobe. 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 Kobe and Kobe. Alright. Start box number 4. Alright. Smith for the Hawks. Sixers Young. Shumpert Statistical Contenders for the Knicks. Nowitzki for the Mavs. Parker for the Spurs. Fields for the Raptors. Lewis for the Heat. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the Bucks. Rookie Remembrance. Henderson for the Bobcats. Bradley for the Celtics. Chalmers for the Heat. Curry for the Warriors. A filler card. Celtics, JoJo White, Legendary Contenders. Johnson for the Kings. Butler for the Clippers. Mayo for the Mavs. Miller for the Nuggets. So Julian Stone for the Nuggets, autograph. Rookie auto. Julian Stone. Bynum for the Pistons. Green for the Spurs. Bellinelli for the Bulls. Durant for the Thunder. Kobe Bryant, playoff contenders. Gordon for the Bobcats. Bucks Gooden. Knicks Felton. Thunder Perkins. John Stockton for the Jazz, playoff contenders. Jack for the Warriors. Villanueva for the Pistons. Blake for the Lakers. Kaliza for the Raptors. So Chris Webber for the Warriors, rookie remembrance. Carter for the Mavs. Collison for the Mavs. How about Varejao for the Cavs? Williams for the Jazz. There's another blank. Let's go to stack number 2 of box 4. Russell Westbrook, statistical contenders for the Thunder. Bass for the Celtics. Wade for the Heat. Rubio for the Timberwolves. Love for the Timberwolves. Caspi for the Cavs. Billups for the Clippers. Dragic for the Suns. Batum for the Blazers. Babbitt for the Blazers. Karl Malone, legendary contenders for the Jazz. Jordan for the Clippers. Gibson for the Bulls. Collison for the Thunder. Johnson for the Nets. How about a Malcolm Lee rookie autograph for the Minnesota Timberwolves? Malcolm Lee for the Timberwolves. Rookie auto. Allen for the Grizzlies. Augustine for the Pacers. Foye for the Jazz. Calderon for the Raptors. Statistical contenders for the Wolves. Ricky Rubio. Aflalo for the Magic. Harris for the Hawks. Thornton for the Kings. Haas for the Sixers. Aldridge for the Blazers. Anthony for the Knicks. Green for the Pacers. Pekovic for the Timberwolves. Bargnani for the Raptors. The human highlight reel. Dominique Wilkins, legendary contenders for the Hawks. Granger for the Pacers. Harden for the Rockets. Gortat for the Suns. And Battier for the Heat. Alright, last stack of box number 4. Rookie remembrance, Grant Hill for the Pistons. Wright for the Sixers. Henry for the Hornets. Allen for the Heat. Holiday for the Sixers. How about an Andre Drummond for the Detroit Pistons rookie autograph? Joel. That's for you, Joel. Andre Drummond rookie autograph. Nice hit for Joel. Here's Fry for the Suns. Wallace for the Nets. Jackson for the Spurs. James for the Heat. Here's a Michael Kidd-Gilchrist again. Rookie contenders. Rookie of the Year contenders for the Bobcats. Arthur for the Grizzlies. Lynn for the Rockets. Iguodala for the Nuggets. Spites for the Grizzlies. Kevin Durant, rookie remembrance for the Supersonics. Of course, now is the Thunder. Howard for the Lakers. Matthews for the Blazers. Garnett, KG for the Celtics. Asic for the Rockets. Playoff contenders, Tom Heinsohn for the Celtics. Big Baby Davis for the Magic. Griffin for the Clippers. Salmons for the Kings. Hibbert for the Pacers. How about historic contenders? Vernon Maxwell autograph. 131 of 149. Joel, this is your box, buddy. Houston Rockets. Vernon Maxwell. 131 of 149. Historic contenders. Autograph. Nice hit again for Joel. Beautiful card. Nice hit. Nash for the Lakers and Buttinger for the Timberwolves. And that's box number 4. All right, 4 down, 8 to go. Grab box number 5. Empty box. Packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Dude, that's a sweet autograph, too. It really jumps off that black card. That's a really nice card. Congratulations. Once we get done going through the case, I'll do a final review after we get through box 12 of all the autos and the relics and all that stuff. All the numbered stuff. Just in case anybody has to step out and then come back at the end or whatever. I'll do a final review for everybody. We like to do that here. Alright, that's box 5. Let's open the Kobe pack. See what surprises we have in here. Kobe. 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 Kobe and Kobe. Alright. Nothing significant yet out of the Kobe packs. Let's go ahead and start box number 5. Rubio for the Timberwolves. Love for the Wolves. Rookie Remembrance, Jason Kidd for the Mavs. Hill for the Clippers. Roy for the Wolves. Tatum for the Blazers. Babbitt for the Blazers.